You are now tuned in to the 411 for your fantasy football with your host, Autumn Wind Williams.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy, Autumn Wind Williams, and you're now tuned in to the 411 for your fantasy football. We are now at week 10 of the 2019 season, and I'm going to help you out with the lineups this week on Draftkings, Fanduel, Yahoo, and Fantasy Draft. As a matter of fact, Fantasy Draft, they have a free roll contest going on this week, and I wanted to let you guys know about, unless you want to sign up, because you can win 2 tickets to an NFL regular season game of your choice. It's a $500 value. They're also going to pay out subscribers up to the first 300. And the contest, man, only 2,252 people signed up, and they're only accepting 5,000 guys and gals to sign up for this free roll, and it's only going to be for Sunday. So you definitely want to sign up, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to leave the link for the free roll on my Twitter page. So you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the 411DFS, and hopefully, man, you get those 2 tickets to go to an NFL game of your choice for this remaining regular season. And like I said, it's been a crazy week 10 though, and for season-long fantasy, if you're playing season-long, it's really been hectic getting trade offers that make absolutely no damn sense. I mean, I'm in a sleeper league, and guys are sending trade offers where they know in their damn mind you gotta be crazy to make these trades. For instance, okay, I got this one guy hit me up wee hours of the morning. I'm trying to get some rest, man. I had it going to the gym back on my schedule this week. Yeah, trying to get back in, get a little fit, better my health. But anyway, try to get some extra rest after researching lineups too last night, and it woke up 3 hours in the morning. This guy wants to give me Devonta Freeman, where Atlanta has a bad O-line. He wants to give me a 2020 third round pick, and for exchange he wants me to give him Devin Singletary, who's a sensational rookie running back for the Buffalo Bills, and a 2020 first rounder. Now you guys to be crazy. Is that fleecing or what? And I told him, he was like, man, stop being a big baby. I said, no, I just know when it's a bad pick. I'm not being a baby. I don't mind, a decent trade offer, but Devonta Freeman, third rounder, for my Devin Singletary and a first rounder, 2020, no, bruh. That's not happening. So you guys look out for people like that in your leagues that just want to benefit. Well, I know we're supposed to benefit ourselves in the trade, but come on, use some logic. People are smart these days in DFS and year-long fantasy. If you've been playing long enough and you watch football, you watch videos like this, or listen to radio broadcasts that talk about fantasy sports, you know what's going on. Don't be dumb, man. But yeah, that's one of the other reasons why I make these videos too, because I want to keep you guys informed of what's going on, who should be played, who shouldn't, what's chalk, what's not chalk, what's bad chalk, what's good chalk, all of that, man. But yeah, we gonna get on and get busy right now for week 10 DFS. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense. And I'm going to start it off like this. We got New Orleans Saints facing Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of people out there are going after Drew Brees. Alvin Kamara is coming back. Latavius Murray showed what he can absolutely do when people doubt him. I think they're going to try to utilize Latavius Murray and Alvin Kamara a whole lot more together, like they did with Mark Ingram last year and the year before. So they might end up being ahead, and Matt Ryan is going to be playing catch up That's right. He's coming off a bye. Um, After being injured in week 8, he hurt his ankle. But Ryan's been limited at practice this week. Uh, Coach Quinn said he gained his mobility. The Falcons are on the road, of course. They're considered underdogs facing Drew Brees and the Saints. As I mentioned, he's going to be playing some catch-up. But I'm not mad at that because Matt Ryan has had a consistent fantasy presence. He got 300 yards passing in his first six of his first 7 games. So, we all know what Matt Ryan can do. So, if they're playing from behind, it's a good chance to go on and throw that ball a lot more. And like I said, Devontae Freeman, when I was talking about the year long, he doesn't have that O-line that blocks for him that good on the running game. But Matt Ryan, he could get that ball off to Julio, Calvin Ridley. We already see what Austin Hooper's doing this year. He can get that ball off fast enough to his receivers to where it's not any problem. Got to look out for Russell Gage too. Since Sanu's not around, he might be the next man stepping up. But let me move on to running back. We have David Montgomery of the Chicago Bears facing the Detroit Lions. And I'm hearing that Matthew Stafford is questionable. As a matter of fact, I think I just got another alert when I was getting this video together. Let me go check my alerts right now. I believe it says something about a game time decision, but let me make sure. Yeah, Stafford, hip, back. That back's been aching him for over a year now. He's listed questionable. I think I got another alert. Definitely game time decision. That's what I thought. I knew I had another alert somewhere about Stafford, but yeah, definitely game time decision. But let me go back to what I was saying. David Montgomery and Chicago Bears facing the Detroit Lions. Montgomery rushed 14 times for 40 yards and got 2 touchdowns in week 8. He also caught 3 receptions for 36 yards. The Lions this year, they gave up an average of 32.9 points per game to running backs, which is the highest in the league. That means they're sorry. They really are. You already saw what they did against the Raiders. Josh Jacobs just used them. But yeah, so Dave Montgomery is going to get the ball a lot. He's going to be the bell cow in this game at least. Some may argue about Tariq Cohen is going to get used to the backfield, but Tariq Cohen, he had bad drops in the last game, and the Bears also got rid of Mike Davis. Not only that, but I doubt the Bears will want to throw the ball a lot the way Mitchell Trubisky's been playing this year. So I'm expecting them to, at least at the beginning of the game, want to run the ball heavy and hopefully get a lead to where they can keep rushing and run at timeout a lot, because they don't want Trubisky out there throwing way too much because he's not consistent. So yeah, this is going to be a run game, especially if Stafford's not playing. I'm expecting the Bears to get ahead real fast where they can focus on the run game a whole lot more. So moving on to wide receiver, I have Michael Thomas of the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, I gotta bring it back. If I'm gonna play Matt Ryan, I'm gonna bring it back with Michael Thomas because I'm gonna be playing Atlanta Falcon receiver too. It's just undecided right now for this video. But Michael Thomas is chalk that I find myself hard getting off of. Thomas, he caught 11 targets, all of his 11 targets, for 112 yards and got a touchdown in week 8. He's got 100 yards receiving in the past 4 games. In the last 4 games, he had double-digit targets. I'm just going off the record though. Actually, I'm going on the record. I'm gonna use this as a hot take, guys. This is what's going to happen. I'm gonna call this a hot take. Michael Thomas is going to go out there and catch 2 touchdowns. You heard it first. He's not only going to catch 2 touchdowns, he's going to get 115 yards tomorrow versus the Atlanta Falcons. I really hope I'm not jinxing this. I'm now afraid that I'm going to get a sleeper app alert in the mid first quarter stating that Michael Thomas is now questionable to come back on the field due to an injury. I'm hoping that don't happen. Knock on wood, if you're with me. But moving on to tight end, I have Jack Doyle of the Indianapolis Colts. I can never say that name right. Indianapolis Colts. They got a few receivers down this week. Campbell's out. Hilton's out. Guys are now looking at Pascal and Rodgers to step up. But I have a feeling that they're going to be more focused on tight ends this week. And in week 8, Doyle, he nearly played just the average tight end role. He cut 3 receptions on 4 targets for 22 yards and got a touchdown. Not much, but got you there to where it's some kind of fantasy goodness, I say. But this week, I can see him going out there and getting a touchdown and at least 50 or 60 yards because I feel like the tight ends are going to get utilized heavily by the Colts. However, I'm expecting him and or Ebron to have a huge game against this tanking Miami Dolphins defense. And I know the Miami Dolphins won last week, but I'm sure they're not trying to make this constantly happen because they're on tank mode. They want to lose as much as possible to get high draft picks. And my main talking point as far as with the Colts, like I said, they down receivers. Tight end always played a big role on the Colts roster. So I feel like I'm definitely going to put Jack Doyle into my lineups. Tight end's tough this week though. I gotta tell you, it's really tough. And one thing I try to do too is this past Thursday I put in at least 20% of my lineups for Thursday through Monday. That way I'll have a lot more players to pick from. And what disappointed me today is I had George Kittle at tight end in a couple of those lineups, and now he's doubtful. So it's a lot of guys on bye week and a lot of guys injured, which is making it very difficult this week selecting players. All right, moving on to the last one I have to give y'all is the Baltimore Ravens. The past 2 games, the Baltimore Ravens got 3 defensive touchdowns, and they just played awesome. Beating down the Seahawks and beating down the Patriots. Oh, I love that. The Patriots game against the Baltimore Ravens, man, that was heaven sent. Anytime the Patriots lose, it's a good day. Definitely. So yeah, I got the Ravens on defense because man, the past 2 games they've been flawless. And looking at them tomorrow, they're facing Bengals rookie quarterback Ryan Finley. He's making his debut for a regular season. So this should be a walk in the park for Baltimore. And that's just jacked up though how they let go. Cincinnati Bengals let go Andy Dalton on his birthday. You don't do that, man. It's been your franchise quarterback for I don't know how long, and you just gonna let him go on his birthday and say you're starting Finley? And I think that's another reason why we don't have AJ Green playing this week, because he's probably teed off. He's probably thinking he's coming back week 10 to play with his boy Dalton and Green. They have that connection, and now he's going out there with a rookie he has no chemistry with, Ryan Finley. I'm sure Finley played with the ones in practice, and him and AJ Green tossed the ball around a little bit, but it wasn't no connection like AJ Green and Andy Dalton, man. That's a combination right there. And he probably would have helped Andy Dalton play a lot better if they at least tried him for one more game after Green's return. But that's their mistake. They're on tank mode too. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys as far as who I'm putting in my main lineup. At quarterback, we have Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons. At running back, we have David Montgomery of the Chicago Bears. Wide receiver, we have Michael Thomas of the New Orleans Saints. Tight end, we have Jack Doyle, Indianapolis. There I go again. Indianapolis Colts. But don't forget to try to take your chances with Ebron on some lineups too. I know one of those guys, they're going to go off. And last but not least, on defense, I have Baltimore Ravens. So yeah, this has been the 411 for your fantasy football. And like I said, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the 411DFS. And on my Twitter page, I will have the link for the free roll fantasy draft. You guys better make sure you sign up because, like I said, it's not even half full. And that's helping your chances win. I always tell you guys to take advantage of those free rolls because, like I said, my first year, I didn't know anything about NCAA basketball. I paid a little bit of attention to NBA basketball. They had 2 free rolls on there. And both of those free rolls combined, where I just put any type of guys in there, I won $1,600. So other free rolls I done made some money too, but not as big as that on a free roll. So yeah, make sure you sign up for any free rolls that you see, whether it's EPL, NFL, MLB, NCAA, NBA, boxing, MMA, whatever. If it's free, man, how you going to deny free if it's going to equal some cash that you could probably win? That's just dumb if you don't. But yeah, get out there and do one thing that I always tell you. Just win, baby. Peace. I'm out.